yeah, I had a lot of situations when people would just shout at me on the street, and I will never forget the moment when I was talking to my mom on the phone in Russian in metro, and some man started screaming at me like, "You live in Czech Republic, you have to speak Czech." So it really broke my heart. Local newspaper contacted me and asked me for an interview just to talk about this dessert that everyone thinks looks like shit. 2:30 a.m. we go there, and it's winter. I think it was February or so. It was frozen lake. It was probably -7 degrees or so. And I imagined this place to be like, oh, there is a place where you like change. There is, I don't know, a little cabin or something. There was nothing. We had to like literally take off everything on the street, and the bench where you like kind of put your clothes was like full of snow. And I was like, oh my God, that's gonna be like a shit show.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Finding Your Place, a podcast about people, cultures, experiences, and stories of moving abroad and finding a place to call home. This podcast is either going to enlarge your cultural knowledge or help you move abroad. On today's episode, I have my friend Asalya, and I'm super excited to have her because she's been in my first season. And if you didn't listen to the episode with Asalya in the first season, please make sure you go and listen to that one before diving deep into today's episode. Asalya moved to Finland almost a year ago, actually a little bit more than a year ago. And it's quite interesting to have her on this podcast again because she talked about life in Czech Republic and how she experienced it there. And I never thought she's going to move to Finland. So I hope you're going to enjoy listening to this episode as much as I enjoyed recording it. And don't forget to subscribe to my podcast. Thank you. Thank you so much for joining here today. I'm obviously excited to interview you because, like, we spoke, 2 years ago, and you were in Prague, and now you're in Finland.
Now my life is very different.
I love watching your TikTok videos and how you're trying to adapt to the culture for them. What happened and why did you move to Finland? Because last time when we talked, you were quite happy with your life in Czech Republic, in Prague. You had a good job, you had lots of friends. What happened?
Yeah, many things changed since we saw each other last time. When we met last time in Prague, definitely I could never even think that I would leave Prague and even go like up north and live in Finland. Never thought about it. But the last year in Prague was quite difficult for me because many things have changed. I have changed. I realized that I have changed, and my friends changed, and I just kind of felt like if I'm gonna stay in this environment, it may kind of cause me harm. I didn't feel healthy there anymore, and I was thinking that how can I change that? Maybe I should leave. Maybe I should. No, first I thought like maybe I just need to change my environment, try to work on myself, try to become better. But then I realized that I'm just like going in circles, and I just don't feel like I'm comfortable here anymore, and I just decided to leave. And I know I may sound vague here. People may think like, what the fuck really happened there? Like, I cannot give you any specific examples. I just felt like shit. There's no like a real reason for it. I just really didn't feel right there anymore. I just felt like I'm not developing. I'm just damaging myself, let's say. And then one day I just was like, okay, let's go to Finland, because I knew people there and I was visiting a few times, and I met many nice people there who made me feel so comfortable being here. And I I felt like I have a peace of mind in Finland, because people are different, and it's completely different environment. And I was like, I kind of feel nice here. I feel very chill. I don't feel overwhelmed. Maybe I should give it a shot. So I was in vacation in Kenya last year in March, and that's where I decided, when I come back to Prague, I pack my stuff and I leave. That's how it happened, basically.
I think it's impressive also to hear that you made this decision by firstly visiting the country. I do remember when you posted those stories when you came to Finland and you were trying to find an alcohol shop, for example, and you were still thinking about if you should move there or not. But would you consider that as a good advice for someone who is thinking about moving abroad?
Definitely go and check out the place. I went to Finland a few times without even knowing that I will move there. When I went there, my plan was just to visit, not moving there. So I didn't go there to plan my move. That's something I want to clarify. But visiting this place many times and actually already having some friends there helped a lot. In a sense that it made it a bit easier to integrate, and I knew some people who could help me here. Many people ask me, why did you decide to move so fast? Because people plan the move for years, they quit the job, it takes time, they find apartment, and I don't function like this, because if I would do that way in advance, I would be so nervous. I would second guess things. I just had to make it happen fast, so I don't change my mind, so I don't think about anything. I just pack my things, I leave my job, and I go, and then I figure out what am I gonna do there, and where I'm gonna live. So that was the best decision to do it this way.
Oh, that's quite an advice.
Yeah.
You're definitely a risk-taking person, and I think I admire people like that, because it takes a lot of power to just leave everything behind and one day make the decision and do it.
Yeah, and I know many people like that, even not talking about the move, just making a decision to, I don't know, go travel somewhere abroad, and people start stressing out about what if this is gonna happen? What if I don't know, something happens, or what if something doesn't go according to the plan? Some people are scared to change jobs and everything. Yeah, of course it's a scary decision, but you just have to do it and give it a try. So I always tell to people who complain about, oh, I'm tired of Prague or I'm tired of Finland, leave, go and discover, like, why do you keep suffering here if you don't like being here? Just go and discover, and if you fail, if you feel like your decision was wrong, then you can always come back.
I love it. Yeah, I completely agree with you. And you mentioned integration. So you're there already living for how long? 2 years almost? Like
No, 1 year.
1 year.
Yeah.
Sorry. Don't know. In my mind, it was sounded like 2 years. So do you feel like integrated? Do you feel like you at least got to know the culture better? What's your
Yeah.
scale?
It's sad, really sad for me to say that I was able to integrate and make friends and feel like get familiar with Finnish culture faster in 1 year than I could do the same with Czech culture for 9 years living there.
Wow.
I feel like here in Finland, as soon as I arrived, locals, I'm not talking about foreigners, of course I have other foreign friends, but all the local people, all the Finnish people were helping me so much, even though they don't know me, they're not my friends, so I can just reach out to them, and they help me with some things related to, I don't know, job or immigration, and they are very nice people. They're very welcoming. There is a lot of sayings that Finnish people are very cold. They are cold, but they are cold because I don't know how to explain it, but when people say they're cold, doesn't mean that they are not gonna talk to you or they will avoid you or anything. They are very respectful and very welcoming people. So I really hate when people ask me like, oh, so maybe you don't have friends in Finland. I have more Finnish friends here for 1 year than I had Czech friends in Prague for 8 or 9 years that I've been living there. And that totally breaks my heart to say this. And many people from Czech Republic get offended when I say that, but it's just my reality and my experience. Nothing against Czech culture or Czech people. Prague is still my home. I still love Czech people, but I just failed to integrate there.
I didn't expect this answer, I think, because I thought when I came to visit you, obviously 2 years ago, I thought you were fully integrated. So it kind
but
of
all
makes
of my friends are foreigners there: Mexicans, Peruvians, Dutch. But I can count my Czech friends on my one hand.
I think I see a path, because I had the same situation where I didn't have many Czech friends. I just had expats. You mentioned briefly culture, and you kind of compared Czech culture with the culture in Finland. I do remember from one of your TikToks that you talked about hibernation and how, culture is reflective of, they have different periods when they go out, when they stay in. Can you go into more detail and compare those two cultures, Finnish culture with Czech culture?
Yeah, so it's always difficult for me to, give this kind of comparison because everyone has different experiences. But I think that maybe the biggest difference is the openness of the people. I think Finnish people are more open to new things and to talking to foreigners or allowing the foreigners to be part of their society. Never had any negative experiences here. If somebody told me, oh, go home foreigner, or somebody would reject me or discriminate me. Unfortunately, in Czech Republic, I had many situations like that, especially in the past year because of the war. I'm a native Russian speaker, and I went through a nightmare, even though I'm not from Russia, I'm from Uzbekistan. It's a completely different country, but I feel I speak Russian language. And I had a lot of situations when people would just shout at me on the street, and I will never forget the moment when I was talking to my mom on the phone in Russian in metro, and some man started screaming at me like, you live in Czech Republic, you have to speak Czech. So it really broke my heart. And actually this kind of attitude towards my native language also kind of contributed why I didn't feel comfortable there anymore. I was supporting to the maximum Ukrainians and Ukrainian culture. I am partially Ukrainian, also I have family living there. I was donating a lot from Prague. I was doing my best. But then because I speak Russian, people judge me differently. And here in Finland, I never had this experience. People don't judge, let's say, the book by its cover. They want to get to know you before they even make any judgment, or if they will make. And even if they have some judgment about you, they will not tell you that. And it's very uncommon that you will like gossip about somebody here in Finland. And if if, for example, I start to gossip about someone, then my Finnish friend would just, I don't know, change the topic or openly tell me like, don't do that, like it's not nice. So that's, I think, maybe the biggest difference, the perception of foreigners between the two countries.
Oh, that's quite good to hear though. Like, and I can confirm whatever you're saying in terms of Czech. I won't say all of the Czech people, but a lot of Czech people hating Russians, because it did happen to me on the tram. I had the same situation as you.
Okay. Was it in London?
No, it was in Prague. I was speaking Russian with my friend, and then somebody started, saying bad words towards me. So I completely confirm that, unfortunately. But coming back to Finnish culture and so on, you're obviously from Uzbekistan, and obviously I'm judging a lot of things from the videos that you see. But no, your TikTok is amazing, and I'll put a link, and you guys should check it out, absolutely. But I saw the video where you're trying some Finnish dessert that is quite similar to Uzbek one, and would be cool if you can describe that, because I think it's quite an interesting fact.
Yeah, I will explain and I can show it to you. I think I still have it in my freezer. That was the biggest discovery of my life. So in Uzbekistan, we have traditional, it's kind of like dessert. It's called sumalak. It's made of the rye and some other weird ingredients that I don't even know how to name them in English or even Russian. And it's a very traditional dessert. It's cooked during the biggest holiday called Navruz, which is between, it's kind of March and April. And it's my favorite one. And I was always asking all Uzbek restaurants in Prague, calling them, are you making this in March or April? They were like, no, it's too complicated because you have to like stir it for 3 days. And I couldn't find it there. So I was like, okay, whatever, it's not happening. And when I moved here, I saw once on somewhere on social media that somebody was making fun of this dessert. And I just kind of ignored it. I was like, yeah, it looks like shit. I will probably just skip it. But then a colleague told me that, hey, like, have you tried the mammi? That's how it's called here. I was like, no, what the hell is that? And he told me like, okay, go to the store, get this mammi, get this particular brand. It's the best, and try it out. It's a very special thing that all foreigners hate, but Finns love it. And I was like, okay, I'm going to record and make a reaction without having a clue that it would actually be the same thing that I've been looking for like 9 years in Europe. And first I smelled it and I was like, no, like I was like, that's impossible. And then I'm like, I was so nervous. My hand was literally shaking. And I was like, I'm scooping it out and I'm trying. And then like the emotions I had inside of me, it was like crazy. I immediately like called my parents. I was like, I found sumalak in Finland. This is crazy. And this was like amazing. And many Finns were so surprised. They were like, how do you like it? It looks like shit. But I was like, no, I still have a lot of it in my fridge. And local newspaper contacted me and asked me for an interview just to talk about this dessert that everyone think looks like shit. The way my TikTok started here was a completely random thing, and I really didn't expect it to be that way. Only now I remember that when I was in Kenya and I made this decision that I want to move to Finland, I had a thought about it. Okay, I'll move there and I will try out new things and I will create the content, because I found one American girl who moved to Prague and I really got inspired by her content. She was trying this rohlik, pivo, everything related to Czech Republic. And I found it quite entertaining. So I was like, maybe I try that with Finland. But now I remember that. But when I just started the first video, it was like about random things I found in my apartment in Finland. Like downstairs, there's always like a shoe brush that you can use to brush the snow from your shoes. And the ceiling in every apartment is wooden. It looks like kind of sauna. So there was a lot of new weird things, and I made a video about it, and I just went to sleep. And when I woke up, I was like, what the hell? My notifications just broke on TikTok, and there was so many nice messages and interactions, and people were asking for more. And I was like, okay, what do I do now? And then I kind of continued, and I started documenting my journey, basically trying new things and talking about weird or interesting or amazing things I found in Finland, and people love it. And Finnish people always like comment, oh, can you try this? Can you try that? And that helps me also to discover. And I absolutely love my, especially Finnish audience, which is, I think 80% of it. They are so supportive. And if I have something to ask, they're always there to like give me guidance. Like once I got sick and I had no idea what to buy here, what are the pills or what do I do? And I just asked them, and they were so supportive and told me, okay, get this, get that. They say so nice words about like me integrating, and especially when I try some very like local things that only locals do, like some drink or some food, and they say, oh, you're a Finn now, and things like this. It really melts my heart, seriously. And the reason why I continue doing this content is because I have such a strong bond with the Finnish audience, and I really want to keep it.
Oh, that's really awesome. You mentioned sauna, the ceiling that looked like sauna, and I obviously know that like it's quite well known that Finnish people use a lot sauna. Is that true?
Yeah, I had a very interesting sauna experience. I immediately fell in love with sauna. We have a sauna downstairs in the building here, and I go there like 3 times a day. That's a week. And it's another crazy thing. But there is one story related to the best and the weirdest sauna experience ever. First of all, everyone goes naked to sauna here. Doesn't matter your age, your gender, so everyone is naked. And there is a place called Sauna. It's like it's public sauna on the shore, and it's basically there 24 hours. It's free. It's just like this wooden sauna in the middle of nowhere, and then people can swim in the lake that's like 2 meters away from sauna, or ice dipping. So they make a hole in the ice and they go there, and then they go to sauna, and then back to that cold hole and then back to sauna. And with sauna I'm fine, but ice dipping, I was like, no freaking way. Until one day I was at the party with my very good friends here, who are also the members of the band that I have here. We were partying, and somehow randomly in the conversation this sauna topic came up, and about this Sompa sauna. And I think guys were like, oh, let's go there one day. This place is cool. You will like it. And it was 2 a.m. in the morning, or even 3. And I was like, let's go there now. Why not? And they were crazy enough to say, okay. So it was 2:30 a.m. We go there, and it's winter. I think it was February or so. It was frozen lake. It was probably -7 degrees or so. And I imagined this place to be like, oh, there is a place where you like change. There is, I don't know, a little cabin or something. There was nothing. We had to like literally take off everything on the street, and the bench where you like kind of put your clothes was like full of snow. And I was like, oh my God, that's gonna be like a shit show. And then I went in the sauna, and there was like a bunch of other Finnish people, and we were just talking. And then there was like a couple of Finnish people. They were like, oh, you have to go ice dipping. I said, no way. There is no way I'm doing this. And they pushed me through it. They were like, okay, sit here until you feel like you want to pass out from the heat, and then you go and get in the water. I tried it for the first time. I just managed to like dip my ankle, and then I ran back. I was like, no way. But then on the third time, I went in the water, and it's so weird. You can feel the ice, like the icy like walls around this like little hole that they made. And that's how actually you get bruises, because you kind of like hit your legs against the ice. And I was just there like holding in some, I don't know, wooden stick or something. And I don't know, it just like changed me completely. I sobered up immediately, of course. That was like the biggest effect. But it was insane. Like, never I thought in my life that I would be in Finland at 4 a.m. in the morning ice dipping in February when it's like freezing cold. That was like my best sauna experience. I'm not sure if I'm gonna do it again, but maybe yes. I'm not sure.
Wow, what a story. Wow.
Yes.
Well, you mentioned obviously that you went out and there was alcohol involved. So because I think it's quite shocking for some people to know how the alcohol is sold in Finland. So would you mind like going in a bit of details around that?
Yeah, so it's not like in Czech Republic where you can go to the store and buy alcohol in supermarket or anywhere at any time. No, here is very strictly regulated. There is only one store where you can buy alcohol in certain hours, and Sunday it's closed, so there is no way you can get it. Of course, you can go to the bar, but from the store you can only get during certain days and certain time. You can still get a beer in the supermarket, but its maximum percentage is 4 or 5%, something like this. Anything above that just doesn't exist there. And anywhere they ask you for the ID. Even if you're an old man, they still ask you for ID. That's like how strict they are with the rules. And many people say that, oh, it might be like annoying and difficult, and does it impact on drinking habits of people, or does it really control how much people drink? No, it doesn't control anything. I think it's really a weird system, and if you want to get a drink, you will get it anywhere. It doesn't matter if it's like closed shop or open. You can go to the bar and everything. But that's something that is different to Prague. And the prices are, like for the amount of money that you can buy one beer here, it can be around 8 euros. For that much money, you can literally buy 8 beers in Prague.
Yeah, it's like London. Super expensive. I kind of find it funny to think with the ID, because I get annoyed when they ask me for an ID, and because I don't carry my ID with me all the time. But I guess you get used to it. Yeah. What are other things that you found weird in Finland?
Weird. Well, the winter, at least this winter, wasn't that bad as I expected. Number one thing that people told me when they got to know that I'm moving to Finland, they're like, "Oh, you'll freeze to death there." It's not that bad. Actually, when I went to Prague in February, I was dying there of cold because the cold in Prague is sharp. It may be like even the same or even less like a temperature, but it's very sharp. Like it goes in your bones somehow. But winter is longer here. That's another thing that it's June, and I was wearing like thick jacket today, so it's like maybe 15, 14 degrees right now. But I'm getting comfortable with it. Absolutely. Everything is it's not weird, but like a nice compliment to like how things are working in Finland. Everything is so like smart and well thought of here. Many things are digital, and there is no such heavy bureaucracy as I experienced in other countries. For example, when I just moved here, I got my ID in 1 week. Do you remember getting your ID in Prague? Sometimes it can take 6 months, and you have to go take these documents and everything. And when I went to the immigration police here, I didn't bring one document, and the officer told me about it. He was like, "Oh, you're missing like some specific bank statement or something." And I was like, "Okay, I'll bring it. I'll get it and I'll bring it." And he was like, "No, whatever. Like other documents are fine, so no need."
Wow.
I was shocked. Yeah, and they were speaking English. Everyone speaks English here. That's another shock for me. Sometimes, like in the very beginning, I used to ask, if I go to the shop and there's an old lady working, I used to ask first, "Do you speak English?" to kind of, verify if she does or not. Now I don't do that anymore because everyone speaks it, no matter the age. I just speak English like straight to them. And what I love is that if I go out with my friends or if I meet new people and they're all Finns and I'm the only foreigner, the entire night they will speak English because of me.
So respectful.
Yeah, that's something that was also different in Prague. If I would be in a Czech environment, I speak Czech now, but in the beginning it was a bit difficult, and then people wouldn't invite me anymore because I was like kind of outsider and I didn't speak that time their language, which I understand in a sense. Everyone is comfortable with different things, but I was really surprised here how respectful they are, even though I don't speak that good of a language yet.
How is Finnish as a language? Because
that's the only way I can describe. It's so different. There's no similarities to any language, and I really feel sometimes like it's an alien language or something like this. It's just crazy. And when I learn Finnish, I have classes every week, and I felt like giving up many times, but then like you pick up some words on the street and you get more comfortable with it, and you feel cool when you even can respond in Finnish that you don't speak Finnish. That felt amazing. I did it once, and yeah, it's difficult, but I will continue.
Oh, good luck. That's really impressive.
Yeah.
So you kind of mentioned a lot of things that you like there. But what are the things that you actually hate? What are some of the things that you think are not that cool?
I would say there is a big contrast between winter and summer period. So during spring and summer, there's a lot of things going on here. There's festivals, there's events, and everyone is so alive, and everyone is inviting me everywhere, like every day, let's go here, let's go there, okay, let's go. But in winter it's just quiet. There is literally barely anything happening. Of course, people still go out and on weekends, but there's no like events or any other like cool stuff that you would do. And people change a lot. They become like ghosts, and more kind of moody in the sense. So I really like it impacted me also, because I didn't understand that. So I just thought like, oh, maybe I'm too extroverted, maybe I'm too much for them, that's why like they kind of ghosted me. But no, but then they came back in March, you know, and like, hey, let's go, you know, the round 2, second year. But now I get it, because I get more familiar with the culture. Yeah, I just need to make myself busy in winter, not to like get into the mood that I don't want to be in.
Oh, yeah, I think something a bit similar, not literally similar, but something quite similar happens in the UK. There are a lot, like people also get out of their comfort zone, I don't know, in late spring, summer, and then winter, everyone is dead.
Yeah, and it's also dark time. It's mostly dark, but now it's bright all the time. Like it's white nights. So during June, especially I think next week, maybe it will be even better, that the whole night is just like daylight. It's daylight all the time. That was another shocking experience that I had here, to adjust to this kind of, you know, day not ending at all for like 1 month and a half, something like that.
Oh wow, yeah. I think particularly with sleeping, probably it's quite difficult.
And every apartment has the blindfolds, so basically you just shut down the whole window, or you get sleeping mask, so depends.
Oh well, haven't really thought about that. I know my audience won't forgive me if I don't ask this question, but how easy it was to like find a job or get a career you want?
It's difficult. Finland is all about tech, so it's a lot of engineering, coding, developers. So most of the roles are about that, because other kind of maybe procurement, which is my field, and other fields are probably outsourced somewhere, because maybe it's cheaper to pay somewhere outside to do this job remotely. I think that I got lucky getting a job. They were actually looking for a person with my experience, and we had a different good vibe with the management, and eventually I was hired. But that was the only company I had interviews with out of like the thousands that I applied. And I know how difficult it is here, because I have many friends here who are unemployed for even more than a year, and it is a difficult market. It's, I would say, maybe a lot of people, but not so much kind of market opportunities, unless you are again in construction or in tech industry. But even if you are unemployed and you're struggling to find a job, the government will take care of you. They give you money to kind of keep living, decent money, so you can afford quality living. At least that's what I see from my friends who don't have a job yet.
Oh, that's impressive. Like, what a place, you know?
Yeah, that's why I feel so safe here, that if something happens to me, if I, for whatever reason, become unemployed, or I would have some crisis, whatever, I know that there will be someone or something that will support me. The government in particular, even though I am I'm a foreigner. There's a lot of talks now actually going on that there was elections recently, and there is a party that got a lot of votes and interests that is actually against the foreigners. But I don't really see that in the reality. It's like, I just don't see that. Maybe it's because I live in Helsinki, maybe in the north, or like more on the eastern part, it's different. I can only judge my experience by living in the south of Finland, but I don't feel that really. I just don't feel this way, or discriminated.
I'm thinking about Brexit, because like the reasons for Brexit were kind of similar. Like, we should stop foreigners from coming here. And I'm not going to go depth into politics, but maybe there is a bit of a trend because of globalization and people moving abroad.
Yeah, that's very true. Yeah, it's happening everywhere now.
Yeah, probably. I obviously know that you have quite an active life, so and I know you do dancing and you're singing, you have a rock band, and I want to highlight that you didn't start doing that when you moved to Finland. You did that in Prague as well, and then you brought that with you. I think maybe you didn't realize, but for me, I think that kind of keeps you who you are. You brought that something to the country, and I think it would be good to hear from your side why that was important, how you found your group there, how you found the dancing place.
Yeah, I was dancing already in Prague, and that was like, I would say, number one concern for me when I moved to Finland. Where the hell I'm gonna continue dancing, and what am I gonna do there about it? I just didn't know the dance market here at all, but it was fairly easy to get into the dance group that I'm part of right now. Easy to say that it was. It happened fast, not because it was like easy to get there, but I just found a studio there where I was going to the just regular classes, and then the choreographer approached me and said, "Hey, we are doing an audition for a group. Join, come." He just told me come. He didn't ask if I want or not. I was like, okay, I will come. And I passed through the audition, and I joined the team, and we even had a few competitions already, a few projects. It was crazy for 1 year how many things happened here. And I was just recently thinking about it, that it just was like this 12 months, and so many things happened, and I still don't have an answer to like why and how it could happen. And I always wanted to have a band. I love music, and I tried a few times to find some guitarists or drummers so that we can practice together and see if something can come out of it. I tried, but either there was no vibe between the people, or we were just completely on the different page. And I just kind of forgot about it. And I've written so many songs that I actually wanted to sell them. And I met one guy, he's producing music, and I told him, hey, can I send you my stuff? I want to sell it. I need your recommendation how I can do that. And then he told me, first try yourself to actually, produce it and do it on your own before selling it. You will regret if you won't do that. I was like, okay, but like, I don't know anyone, how I will find people. And I found out that there are a couple of guys in the office, in the company where I work, who are sometimes meeting in the office, and they're playing and jamming together. And I was like, okay, maybe I'll go and see what's up. And I really liked how they played. And then I approached them. I just messaged them, hey, I have this thing. I really want to try to create a band, and I don't want to play covers anymore. I just want to write stuff. And they said, okay, we can try. Just let's meet and send the material that you have, and let's see if we can do something. And the first rehearsal, I remember that they started kind of roughly playing whatever I sent to them, and there was a really cool vibe. And we didn't even discuss, yeah, let's do this or let's not do it. We just continued. Like, since then, every week we are meeting, and now we've written so much stuff. I'm just like, I cannot wait to record it and start posting. It's number one thing that we're focusing on right now, how to get the nice equipment and actually start recording things. But yeah, well, we just like went with the flow and started writing like many more songs. And then we were struggling to find a drummer. And I even made a TikTok about it also, like, hey, if you're a drummer, like call me or whatever. I was so desperate for it. And then I just randomly met a drummer at it was a club or a bar or something like this. I didn't even know that this guy was a drummer. We were just with my friend at the bar. And then we just started talking with the guy who is now our drummer. And then I just saw from his pictures or something that he had a picture with drums. And I was like, do you play drums? I was like, yeah, but I haven't played for a long time. Okay, come next week and let's see if something will come out. And yeah, now we are a complete group, and we have really nice again vibe with each other. We understand each other, and with them I really feel like I'm in school, this kind of friendship that we have, that you can talk shit, you can, I don't know, do many different things together. You can write music, you can talk about dumb stuff, you can joke about each other. And I just really feel like I traveled back in time with them when I'm like 16, 15, when you are in the school backyard talking to your friends. And this is something that I value, I would say, the most here, this band and the friendship that I have with them. And we are creating something good. I truly believe that. And I hope that soon I will have something to show you, because so far people just heard a couple of demos and they already like it. And I just don't want to post any shit demos. I want quality stuff. So it takes time, because it's all of ours, like, kind of first complete band, I would say. So yeah, stay tuned.
Wow, good luck. I'm sure it's going to be great, and I can't wait to hear it. What kind of advice would you give to people who decide to follow the same path as you, move to Finland?
Get out of your comfort zone. Don't overthink. Like, if you feel uncomfortable living somewhere, just leave. I cannot stand people who complain about, oh, like, I hate Prague, I hate like Finland or any other like place, and they start trashing locals. They hate their job and everything. Like, why are you here then? I really cannot stand this kind of conversations. Just leave. Why are you suffering then, And of course it's difficult. It's not for everyone to take this kind of big decisions, but at the end you will grow like this. You will feel better. Or if not, then you will stay the same grumpy your whole life and never like get to the place where you want to be.
I love it, and I think it shows for your example how you moved abroad and you kind of rebranded your entire personality. So
yeah, that's true. No matter the age, some people are like, oh, I'm already like 40, instead of moving around I have to settle. No, just go and move. You don't have to restrict yourself by the age. That's one thing that I hate the most, when people start like putting labels on the age. Don't talk to me about this.
I asked you to bring something that brings you memories. Did you manage to do that?
This
Explain.
cup it's a legendary cup. It's the first cup I bought in Czech Republic when I just moved there to study. So this one is like 9 years old, this cup. And I bought it for my dormitory, and I really liked it because it's like a little cute owl, and I don't know, looks pretty fun, and it always travels with me, and it's a very special cup to me because it brings back all the memories that I had in Czech Republic in university time. And I also think that many people still ask me, so now you moved to Finland, is Finland like your home? Do you feel like at home yet? For me, it's too soon to say that. I love being here. I love the people, and I feel so much better here and comfortable. But I'm still in this kind of honeymoon phase, you know? I just need to get more real here, you know? And for me, home is just, it's how to say, it's years of living in the place and becoming actually obsessed with the place. Or it's just a feeling. I don't even know I don't even have actually criteria, really. It's just a feeling. For me, still Prague is home. When I go back, and I'm going in July, that's the feeling I still have there. It's still my home. I just can't do anything about it. Of course, I love Finland, but I'm just not there yet. I will reach that point, or maybe I will not. Maybe Prague will always be my home. I think it doesn't matter to me anymore, because I lived first in Uzbekistan, then Prague, then here, and I don't even know how to define like home yet. It may sound like sad and depressing, but I'm fine with it, really. I don't need it to be home to feel good at the place.
It doesn't sound depressing or sad. I think this podcast is all about it, and you know, I've heard so many people talking about it. I think with the generation, or kind of the people that we are, it's quite difficult to define home.
True.
So I know what you mean. I mean, I've been here for years and years, and it does feel home, but I don't think it's going to be my home long term or something. So yeah, I understand you.
Just say that again, like million times. Get out of your comfort zone. And most importantly, I would say, if you move to a new place, try to integrate. Try to get understand how local people are. Try to learn the language. That's something that I tried in Prague. It didn't work out the way I wanted it to be in terms of like integration, but I still tried, you know, and even I don't know if I will ever come back to Prague, but if, you know, you never know how life turns out. I will try again, you know. It's not like I'm gonna stop or anything. And and try not to like limit yourself, and maybe it's a bad advice, don't think too much about your future. Like, I don't have the 5-year plan of my life, for example. Maybe I have an idea where I'm gonna be in the next maybe couple of years, but I just don't like to imagine about it that much, to think too much forward, because then it kind of, if it doesn't happen, it makes me sad, and also at the same time it kind of limits me. That's my only thing, that where I have to go or to get to that point and so on. So if you have an opportunity to go somewhere to do something different, do it. Like, even if it's work related or a place, I'm pretty open now to, for example, try myself in something new career wise. I know I have mostly experience in procurement, but I don't limit myself to that anymore. So if I can try something else, why not? So yeah, get out of your comfort zone. That's my number one advice to everyone always.
I love it. Yeah, I'm a big fan of it as well. Well, thank you so much for your time today, and thank you for joining. It was quite a story today, and I had so much fun listening to.
It's good for me to also, think back to previous years. It was nice chat and nice memories to think about again.